All right, so our boy Shams, he has some things to say about the San Antonio Spurs. I've only seen a snippet of this, and this is a whole 1 minute clip, but the snippet of it that I saw, there was one thing that he said that I don't necessarily think was true, and we went over that before, but hey, we'll get to it. Let's listen to what he has to say.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right. Okay. So this is not the first time that we've heard this information on what he's about to say. Apparently, he's talking about Wembanyama and how there are people that more than likely will want to be there, how we're a free agent destination and whatnot. We'll get into that. Now, before we do, really quick, big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. So a game that's coming up pretty soon, actually in the next, when I'm recording this, not that long actually, the Knicks versus the 76ers. So if you guys use the link in my description, go straight to BetUS and you can bet on basically any game, any football game, basketball, ice hockey, baseball, golf, tennis, martial arts, soccer, anything. But you know, we care about the NBA here. But I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Knicks for Game 6, and I'm not gonna do nothing crazy. Maybe 10, 30. Oh no, I can't do 10, just 13. Nah, let's do 20. Let's do 25. 25 give you 32, 50. I'm okay with that. I could do that. I could place that. So, but hey, if you guys want any type of advice on your picks, you can just head on over to BetUS TV, literally on YouTube, on this channel we're on right now, or on this platform we're on right now. Go to BetUS TV, scroll down, and you can see NBA picks and predictions. You head on over there, and there's plenty of videos of good content of different predictions, what could possibly happen, what do they think about the last game, the upcoming games. It's some good stuff, all right? It's some good content nonetheless, and these guys know what they're talking about. So you guys go check out that YouTube channel. All right, let's go ahead and see what our boy Shams has to say. Let me go ahead and, because I accidentally had it play. Let's see. All right, turn it on up. Just listen.
Well, there's a ton of interest in a lot of players in in every part of the league in terms of playing potentially with Victor Wembanyama. He is a one-of-one player. He already showed in year one. This guy's gonna win Rookie of the Year, and he was
okay. By the way, all that noise. Shout out to Josh Paredes. Okay, he's actually the one who posted this. I probably should have said that before, but yeah.
Finals for Defensive Player of the Year, all in his first season. Next season, All-Star, All-NBA. Those are all things I'm sure that are going to be very, very attainable for Victor Wembanyama. And with the Spurs now, they're going to be in play. They're going to be rumored. They're going to be talked about with legitimately every top-flight point guard that we're going to see potentially on the marketplace. They called last year during this season, expressed interest in Dejounte Murray. So we already know there's at least some level of interest in seeing what type of all-star caliber point guard can they bring in there. And so if we don't know yet, will the Hawks be open? Are they open for business on Trae Young? Does Trae Young, what is his future there? But if a guy like that is available, they're going to express a level of interest. They're going to express a level of interest in any really top flight guard in the league. And Victor Wembanyama, what he showed this year, he made it clear. His timeline to winning starts now, and he is very capable. He's very ready to make that happen.
What was that last thing he said about Wemby?
Timeline to winning starts. What he showed this year in the league, and Victor Wembanyama, what he showed this year, he made it clear. His timeline to winning starts now.
Okay, I was just trying to make sure, because I didn't hear that correctly. I was trying to make sure he wasn't trying to allude to the fact that Wemby said something like that. No, he's just mean based on his play. All right, so the only thing that I disagree with, that I think that we've actually, not necessarily us in particular, debunked, but it's been debunked. I don't think the Spurs actually tried to acquire Dejounte Murray. I don't think, or I know they asked the Atlanta Hawks about the availability or what they have going on, but I don't think they had a mission to go after Dejounte. So I've said this time and time again. People can say that I'm just being biased or whatever. He doesn't fit. Okay, he just doesn't fit what the Spurs got going on. Him as a player, he just doesn't fit. I don't care what anyone says. He doesn't fit. If the Spurs were to go out of their way to do that, I think that would be a really bad decision, and I'll be the first one to say it. And not only that, I mean, we can go into culturally how things have panned out and all of that. We can do that, but we don't have to. Just if you want to just be as objective as possible, he doesn't necessarily fit with what this team got going on right now. But with that being said, I will say this. It's very nice to hear from a ton of media heads how many people are more than likely going to try to get to San Antonio. We already know when it comes to point guards, the Spurs, they're going to try to find them a point guard. I thought that they would more than likely wait till 2025 and just kind of let it pan out with Trey Jones. But now we got some really big news, over the course of the last maybe a couple weeks, honestly, that it does seem as if the Spurs are keying in on Dillingham, and Dillingham is keying in on the San Antonio Spurs. So it is mutual interest there. We even have that report where they were saying that Dillingham's already telling teams that he wants to be drafted by the Spurs, which that's nothing crazy. I'm not used to it happening this soon, because we still got quite a bit of time until the draft. So I'm not accustomed to it happening this soon, but this happens, right? Like some teams or players will do that and say, hey, I want to go to this specific team. Doesn't mean that they necessarily are going to go to that team, but maybe someone that was going to pick them up before, and say the Spurs are right after them, then maybe they'll think twice, right? So that's more than likely the idea there. But I'm telling you, dude, the San Antonio Spurs is a heaven it's heaven sent for any point guard that's available. I mean, it's just absolute heaven. You're going to be part of history. And I know it seems like hyperbolic, and obviously me being a fan, literally in my name, Clan the Spurs fan. Like, I will say this. I think even if I wasn't a San Antonio Spurs fan and I was looking at the situation over here, I would be absolutely terrified. And I will also be pretty quick to say that team is going to be one to watch, and that team is going to be absolutely scary if they get the right pieces around Wemby. From somebody that's watched every single game, I think I missed like 4 games this season due to being like out of town or on the road, 4 or 5, I think. But watching basically almost every single Wembanyama game, Shams is absolutely right. This dude is insane. And he always steps up to the plate. And it's not even one of those situations where it's only when he's on TV that he steps up. He does it all the time. Every single game we've watched him play, he's shown something. Even when he plays poorly. I went to one of the Grizzlies games in person, and I don't think he had the best game in the world. But then afterwards, I look at his stats. I'm like, what the heck? What you had this? you had these many blocks? You had this many? It's crazy. It's insane. So he's very impressive, and I mean that's without saying. I don't even have to say that, but I do think that we are going to be a team to watch, and it's nice to hear people say, yeah, they will be a free agent destination, and this is going to be for years to come. And I'll tell you this, man, if there's any franchise to trust with this amount of power and this amount of sway, it's the San Antonio Spurs. There's a reason why Wemby wanted to go there, and there's a reason why Rockets fans dreaded him going to San Antonio. It wasn't just the fact that they hate us, it's because they know how good of a franchise the San Antonio Spurs are. So it's going to be a dangerous situation for the NBA as a whole. But yeah, really good stuff. But anyways, just wanted to show you that. Like I said, shout out to Josh Paredes for posting this. Good stuff. I love anything, any news that's San Antonio Spurs related. If you guys got anything that you want to show me, please just tag me on Twitter. More than likely, that's the easiest way. Just post it, tag me, or send it to me through DMs. If you want, I got my DMs open on Twitter, so just let me know. But anyways, I'll give it to you guys later. Big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.